guys, I'm Cookie and today I'm going to be your fitness coach and we're going to do some more stretching. I think stretching is so underrated for most of us. It's the ability to maintain our range of motion as we age in particular is extremely important. And with all the stress that a lot of us are under on a day-to-day basis, I think it's really important that we're up and moving and taking some time to stretch during our day. This video is going to just show you some different modalities of stretching. It's probably nothing that you haven't ever seen before. It might be just in a different way than you've been using it. I'm going to use today two props. I'm going to be using a chair. You can use a blanket or a towel, and you're going to need two. One to put on your chair if you have a hard back chair like I do here. And then I'm going to use one to kind of try to stretch the soleus, which is part of the calf complex, the two muscles there. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to be using the wall. So I'm going to use the wall here first for some things, and then I'm going to actually be moving over here so that you have a different view from the side, because I think sometimes it's easier if you can see things from different perspectives. But I want to show you how you can use the chair for certain stretches, the wall for certain stretches. So if you don't have a lot of tools, you don't have to have tools. You just have to get up and move, and that's my goal for today. So having said that, we're going to start with this chair. Make sure again that this chair is on a non-slip surface, that it's a sturdy chair so that there's a safety element here, so please make sure all of those things. I've taken a blanket and I've just placed it over the top of this chair more for my forearms so that it just doesn't dig into my arm and make it more comfortable. So from this position we're going to start with the hamstrings, then we're going to go to the calf muscle, the gastrocc, and then we're going to go into the soleus. So we're working the back complex here of the lower body. But in this first one, you're going to also notice that you're getting a nice shoulder stretch, which is so important for all of us. So having said that, I've got the chair set. I'm going to put the center of my forearm right between my wrist and my elbow on my chair. And I'm turning my arms so that the palms are facing one another. And now I'm going to walk my feet back. I've got them about hip width apart. And now I'm going to walk them wider than my hips. So I have a yoga mat here. I'm going to be actually taking my legs as wide as the yoga mat. From this position, I'm going to press the thighs back, pull up from my abdominal as I extend back into my hips. And what I really want you all is this 90 degrees right here at the hip. So you should feel this stretch in the hamstrings. I'm extending my arms. And the reason I'm up here this high on my forearm is to mitigate my elbow so I don't put any pressure on my elbow. So I'm reaching my arms, I'm sitting back, and then if you feel comfortable, you're going to let that head just drop. And we're going to do 5 full breaths here. I'm pressing into my feet, I'm moving the thighs back, and I'm lifting my tailbone. I'm letting the heart just release towards the floor, relaxing my head and neck. If this is too intense for your shoulders, just come up a little bit. If it's too intense for your hamstrings, come up a little bit. I'm on 3 breaths, 4 breaths, and 5. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to bring my feet a little bit closer. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to walk my feet now to hip width position. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to walk my feet back. Think thighs go back, press into my feet, press back and extend. And let the shoulders release. Keeping the legs strong. I'm trying to lift that tailbone up. So I'm feeling this in the back of my hamstrings, but I'm also feeling this stretch in my shoulders. This is my 3rd breath. 4th breath. And 5. So I'm going to push down into my forearms as I bring my head back up. And I'm going to keep this same position as I lean in. I'm going to take my right foot. It's going to go under the chair. Now, I want my left heel to stay down as my right knee bends towards this chair. And I'm going to push into my forearms and lift up from my chest. Good. And just relax your shoulders, relax your head and neck. I keep pushing back into that calf. Now, if you're not feeling it and you feel like you could go back a little farther, wiggle that back foot back a little more. Bend that front leg. You want to feel this in the gastrocc, the muscle that kind of just below the knee. That's that big muscle in the back of your calf. Good, I'm on the 3rd breath. And 4th. Relax your shoulders, relax your head and neck. And 5th breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade legs. I'm going to push down, reach my right foot back so it's where my left foot was. My left foot comes forward, and now I'm bending that left knee towards the chair. The right leg is trying to move back, push back. I keep pulling back from the abdominal wall, lifting up from the chest, relaxing my shoulders. I'm just feeling this in the calf muscle. And I'm just breathing. Good. That's 2 breaths. 3, 4, you have 1 more, and 5. Nice. So now we want to go to the smaller muscle that's kind of in between or inside where the gastrocc is. That's called your soleus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down. I've got this towel, and basically it's a regular bath towel, and what I do is I keep it folded in half this way. All right, and then I want you to fold it in half. And from here, I'm going to take the 2 edges and I'm going to roll them. And that'll help keep it in a little bit of a better roll. Now, as we go into this, if this is too thick, you're just going to unroll that towel a little bit so it's not quite as thick. So I'm going to bring it down to the base of the right side of my chair, and I'm actually going to stick my right foot up on it with my heel down so the ball of my foot is on the towel. My foot is on the outside of that chair leg, and I'm going to bend my knee over my toe, but I'm going to keep the heel down. And you want to feel the stretch. So you felt the earlier stretch up here in the calf. Now I want to feel it lower in the soleus. And I can put my forearms on here, I can hop this leg out. The key is not so much this back leg, it's what's going on in the leg that's on the towel. So I just want to keep moving that knee over that toe, breathing. Feeling that nice stretch in that calf muscle. I'm also working the back calf, but I'm not so worried about the back leg right now. I just want to really focus on this front leg. And you can see my knee is almost over my toe. I'm keeping that heel down. Now, for those of you that are very flexible in that area, you can add a thicker, you could use a yoga block. And put your foot up on that. That would be great. You could use a small step, keeping the heel down. Good. 1 more breath. And we're going to switch sides. I'm going to move that towel over. So now my left foot's on the outside of the chair. I have the ball of my foot up. I'm going to hop my back leg, and I'm going to bend that knee over that toe and keep the heel down. And again, you can be here on your forearms. You could be up tall. Whatever works for you, just keep the core integrity in. Relax your shoulders. Keep that heel down. Knee is way over that toe. I'm going to move this blanket so you can see a little bit better. You can see that knee is over that toe. Good. 1 more breath here. Nice. And go ahead and release. Now I just want you to step onto your left foot, bend your right knee, flex and point that foot. Circle that ankle. And reverse that circle. Nice. We're going to reverse that. Step right, lift left, flex point. Good. Circle. And reverse. Very nice. Shake it out. All right, this next one I'm going to show you is for your hip flexor. This area up in here, very tight, especially if you're a runner or a walker. Doing a lot of running, walking, or cycling, because again, it's all in that same plane. I'm going to move this towel out of the way. I'm going to use the chair, and I'm just going to use the blanket in the chair to make it a little softer for my knee. And I'm going to turn this chair sideways and put it right in the middle here. So, you're going to face your chair, and whatever leg is on the inside is the leg you're going to stretch first. I'm going to put my hand on the chair to keep me steady. As I take my right leg is my inside leg. It's going to go right in the center of my chair. I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to hop it forward until I square the hips. And now I'm just going to go ahead and open up in this right hip. I'm keeping this abdominal wall in and I'm lifting up. Shoulders stay on the back here. Breathe. Try to relax this leg back here for a second. And the key in this one, y'all, is that the hips are nice and square. So you should be feeling this right in the front of this thigh. Keep that breath going. Nice. I'm on breath 3. You could use a large exercise ball if you have one, and it's a little bit harder because obviously you're trying to keep the ball still, but that's definitely a tool. You could be holding on to the wall with the ball. So a ball is a great tool. I'm just trying to do these videos for people I know that may not have a lot of equipment. So with an exhale, now to get out of this, because this is a little tricky, I'm going to kind of wiggle my foot in until I can take my back leg off. And then I'm just going to turn, and we're going to go the other way. So now my left knee is coming. My right leg's going to hop forward. I'm going to square the hips. I'm going to get my hips facing forward. Bend the knee. Remember, in this front leg, we do not want that knee way over the toe. So you have to have your front leg forward enough that you're in a good lunge position. Squaring the hips, pulling up, lifting up from the heart. I'm holding onto the chair. Now, if you have a safe chair and you're a safe space and you feel comfortable, you could reach these arms. This can become a yoga pose. Then we can add a back bend here. But again, you're only going to go there if you have that level of balance. Feeling that stretch. I'm on 3. And 4. And your last one, 5. So come out. I'm going to extend that leg, and I'm going to wiggle this foot in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and step over this chair in a big straddle and sit. I want to make sure that my glutes are level with this end of my chair. My feet are forward enough that I'm comfortable, and I'm at 90 degrees at the knee. I'm going to hug in on this chair. I'm going to take my left hand, so it'll be your right side. You're going to find where the center, where your glutes meet, I'm going to grab the chair right here. I'm going to sit up tall, and from this position, I'm taking my right hand over to my left side, and I'm going to turn and look over my shoulder. Now, I want you to hug in on the chair with your inner thigh just a little bit. Relax your shoulders. Draw back from this abdominal wall. Relax. Turn from the waist, and lift up from the chest. Now from this position, stay here. You can see my hand, my right hand is kind of turned so I can really grip this chair. Relax the shoulders, and then turn the head all the way right, all the way left. Let's do that 3 times. Good, that's 2. One more. Good, hold here, big breath in, and exhale as you unwind. Let's do the other side. My right hand's going to reach back and grab the bottom of the chair. Left arm reaches up, it comes across. Big breath in, exhale, rotate to your right. Good, relax your shoulders, y'all. Turn your head left and right, or right and left, depending on which way you're going. Good, stay here. Big breath in, and exhale as you release. Go ahead and just circle the shoulders. Good, we're going to come up, and I'm going to take this chair off to the side. So that just gives you a couple things you can do with the chair. So we're going to go into shoulder mobility. I am going to grab this blanket one more time, and I'm going to fold it. So this next one, what you need is a wall space that's pretty clear and free, because you're going to be sitting, and we want the back of your sacrum right up against the wall. So we're going to come down here. We're warming up the shoulders. I'm going to sit in comfortable seated style. Now, you can have the legs extended. You can have the legs in a straddle. Whatever works for you. The key, y'all, is that your lower back is snug as a bug on that wall. Okay? So, I've got my shoulder blades on the wall, my lower back, my shoulder blades, and my head. Okay? I'm going to take a big breath in, and I'm going to bring my hands up in the air, and I want the back of my hands to touch this wall. Now, I also want to see if I can get my deltoids on the wall. So, from this position, big breath in. On your exhale, bring your elbows all the way down, and you're going to come as far down as you can. Take a breath in, exhale as you slide all the way up the wall. I'm going to touch my fingertips together, and open. Good. You're going to do 8 of those. So that was 1. Inhale, exhale. This is 2. Try to relax as much as you can. So the whole back of your arm is on that wall, y'all. Okay? This is 4. Breathe. I know this looks easy, but for some of you, this is going to be a big deal, okay? So work up to 8. If 8 is too many, do 3 or 4. Keep the breath going. That's the most important thing. This is 6. Good. Number 7. Last one, number 8. Nice job. And release. Bring those arms down, circle the shoulders, relax your head and neck. You might even notice your heart rate might be kind of going up, or your core temperature, okay? So the next set we're going to do is called the wall clock for the shoulder. Now, in this one, you can imagine you can do all of the numbers that are on the clock. We're not going to do that because I don't know if anybody's got rotator cuff stuff going on, and I don't want to create any injuries. But there are a lot of great yoga modalities that use this for shoulder warm-up, and I invite you to go to YouTube and look at that. It would be like yoga arm clock, wall arm clock, something like that. You can kind of YouTube it if you're interested in adding more into it. So we're going to go ahead and stand back up. I'm going to move this blanket out. And so again, in honoring of our shoulders, we're not going to be taking you super, super deep in this. And we're going to be staying just at shoulder height or slightly below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself a foot length away from the wall. My feet are about hip width apart once I'm there. I'm going to take my arm back and I'm going to reach it so that my wrist is at or slightly below my shoulder. Okay? From this position, I'm going to put my left hand. So I have my right hand on the wall, my right hip is in, put my left hand on my hip. I'm going to press into this wall with my right hand and connect my shoulder. Big breath in, y'all, and exhale. Turn your hips to face away from the wall until you feel the stretch in your shoulder. Okay? And we're just breathing here. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Try to relax. This is 4. And number 5. Nice job. I'm going to unwind a little bit. Now I want you to drop that hand about 4 inches down a little lower. Okay? We're going to take a breath in again. Connect that shoulder into the socket. And then one more time. Turn the hips away. Open up that chest. And just breathe. Now I even feel this in my bicep as well. This is a good stretch for the bicep. You want to keep your core integrity here. Keep lifting from the heart. Keep the breath going. I'm on 3. And 4. And 5. Slowly unwind that. Let that right arm drop and circle that right shoulder. So now we have to do it on the other side. I'm just turning my hips. Okay, I'm going to reach my left hand back a little bit lower than my shoulders. I'm about a foot length away from the wall. Feet are hip width apart. I'm pressing into the wall with my left, getting my shoulder connected, and my right hand is on my hip as I just open up this chest. So I'm rotating from the waist, relaxing the shoulders down, and just breathing. Good, so that's 1. 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. I'm going to unwind a little bit. Now I'm going to drop that hand about 4 to 5 inches. Big breath in, engage in the core, open the chest one more time. Shoulders on the back. That's 1. That's 2, 3. Keep that breath going. 4. And 5. Unwind. Let that left arm drop. Circle that left shoulder. Good. So now we're going to just play with a little bit of shoulder mobility. And this is a yoga pose that we're doing, just the upper body aspect of it. So what I want you to do is let your arms hang and see if you can cross your left under your right. So I'm going to bring, for today's purposes in this video, this is your left and this is your right. I know in actual fact it's different, but for today, let's just do that. So I want you to take your left under your right and bend your arms in, okay? So I've got these elbows connected. I'm going to take the back of my hands together, okay? So maybe that's where you are and you're staying there. That's okay, you stay there. If you can, look at your hands. You have one short, one tall. Take your short hand towards your nose and see if you can put the fingertips into the palm of your other hand, okay? So from this position, if you're here, what I want you to do is you're going to pull your elbows away from your body. Can you see how I'm pulled forward? Big breath in. And then exhale. I'm going to put my elbows down as I lift my heart up. And from this position, again, I'm going to start to turn the head. You're going to notice any tightness in that neck, shoulders, trapezius area. Good. Give me 2 more turns. And then relax the head. Just give me 2 more full breaths here. So if you're here, that's okay. You're staying here, you turn the head, you're just breathing. Beautiful. If you were here, you can still do the forward, pulling down, lifting up. Okay? So let's release. So let's switch that around. So now you're going to bring your right arm under your left. Get those elbows connected, bring the backs of your hand. Very nice. Okay, so now I've got a short hand and a tall hand. My short hand comes towards my nose, it hops into my palm. If you can't, you're here, that's okay. Stay here if that's where you're at. No worries. We're going to all pull forward no matter where we are. Take a breath in. Elbows come down. Lift up from the chest. Beautiful. And start to turn that head. Good. Keep that breath going. Bring your head back to center. Give me 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Good, and then release. Circle both shoulders. Very, very nice, y'all. Okay, so this next one is kind of a hip lean. It's also for the obliques. You're going to feel a little IT band, okay? So now remember that foot length away from the wall. I'm going to go here. And what I'm going to do is from here, I'm going to actually hold onto the wall and lean my hips in. So now I'm leaning into the wall. Now if you feel like, wow, that's super, super easy, you can walk it out a little bit, make it a little more challenging. I'm going to lean myself in. Again, from here, we're on a nice level. So if I had 2 sheets of glass between my waist, I'm going to slide my top arm up the wall, and I'm going to reach the other one arm over. Now I'm going to reach up and try to open away from the wall. So I'm kind of doing a half moon. I've got my feet together, and I'm just feeling this nice opening. Using gravity in the wall. I'm on breath 2. Breath 3. Breath 4. And breath 5. With an inhale, I want you to come back up. You're going to use your hands on the wall to help you push out. And let's turn the other side. So I'm kind of guesstimating where I was. I'm going to hold onto the wall, bring my hips in. I'm going to reach my bottom arm up the wall. I'm going to take my other hand and reach it up. And I'm trying to arc in. So think of half moon pose. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach your body away and just breathe here, you guys. Your lower body is active, but sort of kind of just letting the stretch happen. Where I really feel this is more in my obliques. This is a really nice opener. If you're super, super tight in your IT band, this band that goes down the side of your leg, you may feel the stretch here. Good. You have 2 more breaths. Nice. 1 more breath. Inhale, bring the arms up. Good. I'm going to use my hands to help me push away from the wall. And shake it out a little bit. Last one we're going to do using the wall here, and then I'm going to hop over here, is this one is called the windmill. So I want to take my feet in a wide stance, and I want the back of my heel on the wall, my butt's on the wall, and I'm going to extend my arms out, and I'm going to move down just a little bit. I don't have a lot of space here. So from this position, we're going to go to your left first. Everything is on the wall, even my head. I'm going to take a breath here. Now I'm going to let my left hand slide down, and I want to put it on my leg, but I'm trying to keep my whole back of my arm on the wall. Then my other arm is coming up. And I'm just letting that arm, like a clock again, over, but I'm maintaining it on the wall. And I'm just breathing here. Keep that breath breathing, relax your neck. Good, 2 more breaths. Good, and 1 more breath. Nice, now use your core to help you come up. Bring that arm back over. Ooh, now we're gonna switch. So I'm gonna lean. Now my right hand comes to my right thigh. My left arm is going all the way over. Keep everything on the wall. So what I don't want is you to peel off the wall here. Stay on the wall with everything. And just reach. Gotta get that arm back on the wall. There it is. Good. And I feel this a lot in my rotators. And this is actually a lot of work, especially keeping this top shoulder back on the wall. And then go ahead. Have to readjust a little bit. Watch your head and neck. You have 2 more breaths. Nice. 1 more breath. Now use your core to help you come up. Nice. We're going to come up, circle the shoulders. I'm going to bend those knees, walk it out, and walk it forward. Good. So those are a couple of different ways you can use the wall. What I'm going to do over here is just review some of the poses we did with the chair that we could do with the wall as well. And I'm going to add one final pose for your neck. So I'm going to come over here. I want you to think about putting your hands on the wall, probably about rib cage height, right about here. And from this position, you want to make sure your arms, again, are about shoulder width apart. You're going to walk your feet back. And your goal is to push back and come into that 90-degree hip angle. I'm pushing back. Now, just like we did with the chair, I can get the shoulders in the back and then let the head release. I'm going to feel this in my shoulders as well as in my hamstring. So let's do 5 full breaths here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Press down into the wall, pull up from your abdominal wall, and come over. So we're going to stay right here. We're just bringing my right toes right to the wall, and I'm bending that right knee. I'm going to keep that left calf down, and here's where I'm getting that calf stretch, just like we did with the chair. Now in this one, I can use the wall to push back. Try not to lock your elbows, but stay strong, and just extend your spine. So that's 2 breaths. 3, and 4, and 5. So we're just going to switch sides. My right leg's coming back, my left leg's coming in. I'm keeping my right heel down as I'm bending my left knee over towards the wall. Relax the shoulders. I actually have my left toes touching where the wall and the floor meet, right in that area. Keeping that right leg, your back leg, nice and strong. You have 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath. Good. I'm going to push away and come out. All right. So this last one I'm going to show you is hopefully it'll come off well in the video. It's a little tricky to show. We're going to be bending our knees and getting close to the wall, and we're going to be placing the top of your head, you guys, where the crown is, on the wall. Your goal on the wall is to roll, and I'm going to just turn sideways for a second. From this top, you're going to try to roll to the back of your head. And when you do, you're just going to let your arms hang. So this works all of the extensor muscles of the neck. Also, you're going to feel it if you're doing it right down into the center of the trapezius. Okay? And it's an area we get a lot of stress and tension in, so this is a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and come right in close to the wall. I am about probably maybe a foot and a half away from the wall. but it's going to really depend on your level of flexibility, so play with it a little bit, okay? I've got my feet about hip width apart. I'm going to bend my knees. Hands are resting on my thighs, initially shoulders on the back. I'm going to bring my cervical spine so it's parallel to the floor, and now I'm going to put my head on the wall. So from this position, I'm going to roll my head up to the back and then just lean in a little bit. And here's where you should be feeling the stretch. I'm going to come back, and I'm thinking I could come in a little closer and I could come down a little deeper. So again, head is in. I'm leaning in, not all of my body weight, but a little bit. And I'm going to roll to the back of my head, straighten my legs, let everything hang in. And I'm just breathing. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Hands back to the knees. Soften, release, kind of come in. Now, from here, I'm going to keep my eyes looking down for just a second, get my bearings, and then I'm going to come up, circle the shoulders. So on that last one, you're putting a little bit of weight or pressure on your head, but not a lot. You're trying to roll. You could roll and just roll in and roll out, do that 5 times, or you could stay. When you stay, you are creating this deep throat kind of connection. So if it's not comfortable, come out and just roll. So let me show you the rolling action. Here I am, head on, touching the wall, roll up, roll back, roll up, roll back. Let's do 2 more. Good, and 1 more. Good, and then I'm going to come away from the wall and come up and circle the shoulders. All right, you all, you are stretched for today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Namaste, have a great day. Bye, and I'll see you soon.